Hey everyone, hello and welcome to Rootwork Healing Tarot. Okay, so I have an important message today and somewhat urgent message today from Spirit that I need to deliver. I was preparing myself to record the Gemini and Sagittarius monthly videos, and then Spirit kind of redirected me and said there was a message that needed to get out today. So looks like I will be switching up plans a little bit, and it looks like we have something important to talk about today. So I've already laid this out because I just want to go ahead and get straight into the message. So we're going to start with a theme card. I will pull one card on what's going well just to maintain sort of a familiar structure for these readings in a secure frame, and then we will move into what's coming up for Spirit, what Spirit urgently wants to talk about. I am getting kind of a sense that this is a specific message for someone, so hopefully this is coming in as timely, but if you're watching this now, this message is for you, and I'm so glad to have you here. Welcome. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I feel like Spirit has been like kind of really showing the card to me right as I was starting the video and as I was laying this out. So I feel like I have a good sense here that it's going to be okay. So it's going to be that card. Okay. All right. And so I always start with that. Okay. So it looks like our theme today is going to be spring. The card says spring, rebuilding, awakening, rebirth. I believe what's going on today is part of your rebirth process. So whatever it is that I need to catch you on today and what we need to talk about and Spirit really wants you to hear is going to be, I'm catching that rebirth really strongly. Okay, and the word that keeps coming through is cracking open. Yeah, cracking open. So there's a cracking open process that's happening for you right now. I don't know if you fully realize maybe that that's what's happening, but it's possible that there's something like painful going on. They're showing me the 3 of Swords right now, the tarot card. So I feel like this is going to be timely. Spirit, I know we want to dive straight into this. Do we want to talk about what's going well really quickly? Okay, we're going to pull one card for what's going well, just to anchor the reading. And it's funny because it just got sunny outside. Like it's kind of overcast today, which isn't really normal where I live. I'm in the SoCal area. And yeah, so as soon as I was like, let's do a card of what's going well, it gets a little bit sunny. So I think there is probably a bright spot here. Okay, so let's look at that. Okay, so what's going well? Okay, so it looks like you're working on something that you're building. You've been putting a lot of effort and energy into. That's coming through pretty strongly. I feel like there's a message coming through here. I don't know if it's with the kind of rainbow that's almost looking like a portal to me, but I'm almost feeling like I'm sensing Spirit like standing, like the spiritual realm is right there with you. Like almost this is a portal to the spiritual realm and they're like right here watching over you and what you're building. So, yeah, and whatever you're building doesn't necessarily need to be something tangible, although it could. It could also be like the phrase I'm getting through is a goal or dream or some sort of aim you have. I'm sensing it's somewhat short term, like something that you want to get accomplished within the next few months, or as soon as possible for... it just seems like as soon as possible. And Okay, and I feel like there's some other entanglements with either another person or other people. So I feel like, you know, you're really doing this sort of solo project to kind of build or put together or create the thing that you need next. It's the feeling is almost like, here's what I need next. It's almost like each of these is a next step, each of these pentacles here. And you're like, okay, let's work on the next step, then the next step towards something that I think right now you're very heads down and focused on. But I think when you look up at some point, there's going to be kind of a realization of just how far you've come. I just don't think that's totally clear right now, which just makes sense with the energy I'm feeling and kind of where you are at this moment. Okay. I don't think you fully see how big this rebirth is. But I think there is just some good energy from spirit here around, like, even though whatever you're going through is definitely tough and difficult, like you're putting one step forward at a time. Like it's literally one step. Like that's exactly it. And I think spirit is saying, keep going, just keep going. Okay. And I feel like that's going to come through really strong with the, the message of this reading today. Okay. So let's get into it. Unless spirit, you had anything else to say about that card. Yeah, I'm almost seeing the star on here. So there's these stars here. I'm almost seeing this as like the star card, the star tarot card. So it's almost like some sort of like dream. And I don't even know if dream is the word. Like, I think goal might be the word at this point. I'm almost getting the sense that it's just like, yes, you probably have like a larger goal and dreams and things like that. But I'm almost sensing it's just like, I need to like move out of whatever situation I'm in right now. And this is my goal to get me there at this moment, right? As soon as possible. So I think spirit is saying like, you know, this goal is guiding the steps that you're taking. And it seems like you're following the instructions, or I'm almost seeing a set of instructions right now, like you would get if you were building a desk or building like a dresser, right? So I'm almost seeing that, and you're kind of like going through an assembly line with what you need to accomplish. So you're like, next, okay, what's next? Okay. Yeah, that's what they're showing me. And they're here guiding you, watching over you as you're like really, there's a kind of like, I'm almost seeing like the Chariot card right now. There's almost like this really big like forward energy here of like a momentum and push for you to get this done. So I don't know what that's about, but yeah, let's keep going. Okay. All right, so let's keep going. Spirit, I feel like we're already in the vein of what we maybe need to talk about here. So what do we need to see? What is the kind of critical message we need to communicate to those who are watching this? Okay, they're having me cut the deck. Okay, and this is another affirmation maybe, or confirmation that what you're going through right now is part of your awakening, even though, again, I get the sense that this is just not comfortable. It's just not comfortable to be in. Like I said, your head's down, you're focused. Like this card is giving very like, almost like Capricorn energy right now. It's just like heads down, I'm focused. I know the goal I need to get to. Almost like, there's almost a feeling of like, I got to take emotion out of this. I need to get it done. Okay. Ooh, yeah. I need to take emotion out of this. I need to get it done. Okay. Something about that is ringing true here. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Look, I was talking with Spirit. So I have a separate deck of cards that I use. Like, anyway, I was using the Rider-Waite-Smith deck before I started this reading, because I was getting the energy so strongly that I needed to do this reading separately from what I was planning to do. So I just kind of like threw it out there. I was like, hey, do you want to show me a few cards about like what this reading might be about? And they showed me the Hierophant. And so It's really interesting that showed up here. I need just one moment here because I feel like I need to take some notes. There's like there's a few messages that want to come through, and I just have my note. I forgot to grab my notepad. I don't know why. It almost feels like that. Maybe there's a message here of like, there's a step maybe you're not seeing and just don't overlook it. Okay, it's probably not super detrimental or whatever, but I think there may be a message here to go back and just like almost metaphorically read the instruction manual and make sure you didn't skip a step in something. So I think you may want to just quickly review what you're working on just to make sure, you know, you have everything in order that you need to. Spirit is telling me that for some reason, like you need to just review, because I think there's a step that may have been skipped by accident or maybe overlooked. So just something that may be helpful for you. Okay. Okay, this is interesting because we're getting the 10 of Cups and the Hierophant. Okay, so is this upright, Spirit? That's correct. Okay, there might be messages both ways, but we definitely have a message here. Okay. And this is really specific. This is the 10 of Cups. It's coming out kind of upright and reverse. So I think there's two messages here with this card. The first one being that whatever you're working on now is going to eventually lead to a 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is one of the best cards in the deck. It actually, do you notice the like rainbow here? Yeah, there's a rainbow here and there's a rainbow on this card. So these two are connected. I think what Spirit is trying to say here is that like whatever you're working on now, this, even though it's like a very short-term, immediate, I need to get this done goal, like eventually on the other side of this like rebirth process you're going through and the rebuild of your life, you're rebuilding something in your life right now. It literally feels like kind of from the ground up. So Spirit is saying that once you're on the other side of this, you're going to be, I think, really happy, A, that it was done, that it got done, but B, also like, I think you're just going to be happier than you felt in a long time. And there's a sense of like, I don't know, I'm getting a sense of like freedom here. There's a sense of like freedom that's coming. And I don't know if it's with the Hierophant that's also coming through, but there's a sense of freedom that's coming. Okay. So I don't know what that means. I don't know in what ways that's going to manifest. Whatever you're working on, you're going to feel better after this happens, okay? And after you get through, again, I just feel like you have a long list kind of things you have to do at this point. It's just kind of like a checklist or, again, assembly line or instruction set that you're going through to get to this like star. And I'm almost seeing the star as the sun, and you have the stars here in this card. And so, again, this is what it's going to lead to. But right now, I don't feel like it feels like that. I honestly think you're going through a lot of hoops. And the Hierophant is also speaking to sort of the very organized and, what's a better word for that? It's very like Saturn. I mentioned this card being like Capricorn, but this is related. Like it feels like, I don't know, there's something in the material plane. This may even be legal. I'm actually catching some really like strong vibes of like legal elements here with the Hierophant, because this card represents like you know, government, institutions. It could be legal things. This could be religious. This could be like, the Hierophant is a pretty complex card. But I'm actually catching this as like I said, it's almost like you have to go in order. There's a very specific like assembly line, you know, sequence of events that must happen for this to come to fruition the way it needs to. So that's actually why I was catching this sort of in reverse here, because I honestly think it almost feels like there's a bunch of paperwork that needs to get done and it's just like you just trying to knock it out, keep your head down, like just get it done. Again, it feels very like bureaucratic. I that's the word that's coming through. Okay, it feels bureaucratic. Like there's some sort of like government or religious, or again, if this is marriage for someone, whoever's watching this, like it almost feels along those lines. There's some sort of institution that's involved here that's making this in a way that you almost can't even feel your feelings here, which is why kind of the Ten of Cups is coming in reverse. And this was the original way that I was kind of sensing this message. Because it's just like, you're almost at a point of like, I just have to get it done. Like I can feel my feelings later. I can feel all these cups and all the feelings I have about this entire situation. And I'm actually seeing the water like drip off of this card now, and kind of a little bit of the storm there. Not really the storm, but it's almost like it's raining, right? And so I almost feel like there's this energy of, okay, I don't even have time to feel these feelings right now. But I will feel these later. And this is really funny because Spirit's showing me like spring. You're almost like, I'll feel this in the spring once I'm done with all this stuff. And I can see why you're doing this. Like I see why you're doing this. This makes sense. Like, especially if you're going through something really difficult right now, which this definitely feels like it is. Like, honestly, I started this reading with a headache. It just came out of nowhere. Right as I was turning on the camera, I was like, why do I have this headache that's starting? It almost feels like that. Like it's just like a lot of paperwork, or it's a lot of like government bureaucratic steps, or it's a lot of like filing documents or something like that. Like it feels very much so like that, or like looking at your finances and counting money and like trying to figure out, accounting things. Like it just feels very, well, a little Virgo. There's like some Virgo energy, like very Mercury Virgo energy. But I just, yeah, it just feels like it's heads down right now. Okay, so it's heads down. All right, Spirit, what do you want to say? Okay, they're showing me the keys in this card right now. So give me 1 second while I tune into that. There's something about this key and the way this person looks here. There's almost this like energy of like, well, I just got to give it up to Spirit, or give it up to, like, if you're, God, if that's something you follow, or I got to give it up to the universe. There's almost this just like, I just got to do this. I just got to get through it. Like, notice both of these people have their heads down, right? It's just kind of that energy. Of like, get it done. I just gotta hope it's and pray, and almost like just sort of have faith here that it's gonna be as it will. Cause like there's almost an element here of like, I don't have control over this. All I can do is just get it done. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And the other energy that's coming through is around the key. I'm hearing the word retract. Retract the key. Retract the key. Okay. I don't know what that means. I think I'm going to leave that where it is. I think if you know what that means, you'll know it and it'll resonate for you. But they're saying, like, pull back the key, retract the key. It's just the phrase that's coming through. So I don't know what that means, but hopefully that makes sense to you. And I am seeing 2 keys here, and I'm getting the sense that there's like a need to retract at least one of these keys. Retract the key. Okay. Whew. All right, I think anything else on that card, Spirit? It almost feels like there's a bit of a deadline here. Again, there's something you're working towards. It feels like there's a bit of a deadline. I don't know if there actually is some sort of like government deadline, or if this is like a workplace, there's some sort of workplace deadline, or it depends on what this situation is. Like if this could be anything. So apply it to your situation, of course, based on, this reading finding you. But I'm almost feeling like there's a deadline here, and Spirit is like, I think wanting to affirm if you've set the deadline to like stick to your deadline. Do you want to say more about that, Spirit? I think it really depends on who set this deadline. I'm seeing that there's two ways to look at this, like with the 2 keys. I don't know what, it's just coming through as 2. Okay, so like there's 2 ways to look at this. Give me 1 second here. So if you set the deadline, what do we need to know about if whoever's watching this set the deadline? Is there something they need to know, Spirit? There's almost this energy. I'm seeing this person almost like, I mean, there's definitely some like energy with this person right here, but it's almost, they're just like, nope, this is the deadline. This is it. Like it needs to be, it better be. Like if you haven't made it, you haven't made it, you know, you better make the deadline. I don't know who you're talking to in this card, but that's kind of the energy I'm getting. Or like, again, these could be thoughts that you're thinking, or you know, any other way that that's manifesting and showing up in your world. But that's kind of the energy I'm getting, is like, nope, I've set a deadline, I'm sticking to it. Like that's the deadline. Okay. Yeah, there's a firmness. There's something about the way this person is like gripping this sort of like, I don't know, is this a staff? Again, it looks very institutional somehow, but it's almost like, this is it. This is the deadline. Yeah, Empress in reverse. Okay. And it's almost like, it's like, okay, once this deadline is meet, I'm taking back my energy, whatever this is. That's the Empress in reverse is coming out. And it's so interesting. I'm noticing, again, there's some really big cards on this table between the Hierophant, the Empress. Like these are still pretty like, I mean, even the 10 of Cups, which is close to the Court cards here, and, you know, 8 of Pentacles. There's quite a bit of, like, Pentacle energy here with the Hierophant and this Pentacle, and then the Empress is very much so related to, like, Earth energy, also Pentacle energy. So, yeah. Okay, so there's definitely something here where it's like, so there's 2 ways to look at this, and let me just move this into your view a little better. There's 2 ways to look at this, right? Like, if you're the one setting the deadline, this is you saying like, I'm taking my energy back, all my energy back, like in whatever form that looks like I'm taking this back as of this deadline, whatever that might be. Okay, if you didn't set the deadline, either way, it feels like there's almost something internal here of like, well, no matter what, I'm taking this back, or this is coming back to me, or returning back to me in some sense. Again, return the key. So I don't know, or retract the key. Ooh, return the key, retract the key. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna write that down because this keeps coming through. I don't know if it's return the key or if it's retract the key, but you need to do one of those 2 options depending on what side of this you fall on. Okay. Ooh, okay. That feels really important. Okay. Spirit, do you have anything else to say? Spirit, what's the guidance here? Like, what's the guidance? Or do you have more to say on this? Hold on. Let me just see if they have more to say. Okay, they want to switch decks. 1 second. It's like this Empress is some really big energy that you're taking back. It's honestly, I think you're gonna feel like really powered up once you take this back. And maybe not immediately, okay? But I do feel like this is part of taking this energy back, and sort of your power back almost in a way is going to like help you get to this 10 of Cups upright, okay? And it's lending into this process. It's almost like, okay, again, on the checklist, here's the deadline. As of that deadline, I'm taking this part of me back. As of this next, again, I see this kind of moving down as an assembly line. It's like one pentacle next, you're dropping it, right, once you finished it. Next pentacle, and it just like keeps coming down the line. And so I feel like every step, every pentacle you kind of move through here is you taking your energy back in some form. So it's like you're, you know, you're like, okay, now I'm taking this thing back. Now it's this thing, like, right? And that's so interesting because I'm almost feeling like once you take all of this back, you're going to be at the end here. I'm almost seeing the, oh, okay. They're showing me the 9 of Pentacles now. It's almost like once you have, yeah, 8 of Pentacles into 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so it's almost like once you've like gone through all of these pentacles that you're seeing here, right? You're going to have a whole pile of your power back. And then we'll see if it comes out, the 9 of Pentacles. But it's almost like then you'll have a whole like kind of garden of your pentacles, and you'll be like, yeah, this is mine, and I'm independent, and these are my own, and I'm standing in my power, and this is, you know, all of mine now. I'm also sensing, they're showing me like the wands, like King, Queen of Wands, and the Emperor energy. So I'm seeing all of that too. Okay. Wow, this is so big. Yeah, you're just kind of like knocking through this, and you're really taking your power back. Like this Empress is not just you taking back some of the material things. Like this is you taking back, I'm seeing the 10 of Cups here, like taking back like emotions too. I don't know if it's like you were overextending emotions somewhere, or, you know, maybe you were just like giving love without receiving it, or again, retract the key, return the key. I don't know, but there was like almost like the key was your heart in some sense, right? With the Empress, the key, the cups, like it's like, yeah, they're showing me the red, the like tulips now. It's almost like your heart. So you're like taking back your heart somehow here. And again, there's various ways you're doing that. That is so interesting. Okay. Okay, hold on. They have me cut the deck. Hold on. There's a specific way these cards need to come out right now that feels very important to this. Again, it's just the energy of this reading. It's like there's a very specific way this needs to be done. It needs to be assembled in this way. Okay. Oh my gosh. 10 of Cups in reverse again. I mean, this is just confirming what I was saying earlier. This is a double down of this energy. Wow. Okay. So let's talk about this a little bit more because, like, yeah, we got to go there. We got to go there. They're showing me King of Cups as well. Yeah. Okay. So let's go there. I'm going to just pull this a little better into review here so we can line this up. I almost feel like this needs to be here. Hold on. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, and I'm seeing why that 3 of Swords was coming up in my mind's eye earlier. Like, this is a lot of energy to take back. I honestly feel like you had this whole dream and vision about what your life was going to be. I don't know what domain this is in, but for someone, this is definitely coming through as like family or home life. Again, it might have been a partnership that you were in. Again, extend this to wherever. It could also be like a workplace thing too. So, but I'm really sensing like you thought this was going to be long-term. You thought that's what the 10 of Cups says, right? Upright. Like this is something, you see this sort of like happy family vibes, right? And I kind of associate this with Cancer in its like highest form. And, yeah, I just like this was your dream, and it's something happened that sent you into a rebirth cycle and a spiritual awakening and a spring season, okay, essentially in your life. Like there is something like a winter spring season. Like there is something here that just had to like fall away or is falling away. And you are in the process of retracting the key and rebuilding. Okay, and like trying to figure out a way to retract this and take your power back so you can build your own 10 of Cups, because this is going to look different, right? Like, and that's also the other message here. You notice how these 10 of Cup cards look different. They look different. So I think you had one vision of what your, like, almost like, I'm catching this almost as like a happy ending of what your like happy ending for your life was going to be. And yeah, I think there has been a redirection of some sense in your life. I'm seeing the way this like rainbow is now moving from kind of down, like from this direction to like moving to this direction. So it's like you were redirected and being redirected through whatever it is here that's kind of, I don't know if disintegrating is not the word. It's almost like you're deconstructing is the word. You're deconstructing something right now, and also in the process of rebuilding to this new 10 of Cups for yourself. Now, I don't think, again, you don't have the full vision for this right now. You're not meant to. Okay, let me say that again because Spirit really wants me to bring that home. Okay, one second. Take a sip of my water. Spirit really wants me to bring that home. Okay, you are not meant to have a full understanding of this picture right now. Okay, that's not the expectation. What Spirit really is, I guess, encouraging you to do and is here supporting you with is this deconstruction process of kind of this old image, an old picture of your like 10 of Cups happy ending. Spirit is here with you, okay? And Spirit is saying that the other key, whatever the other key is to this new 10 of Cups, your new happy ending that is going to come online. This is part of the awakening and rebirth that you're in right now, and the rebuild process you will go through here soon, okay? But because I'm catching this card both like upright and reverse now. It's like, it's almost like you're deconstructing as part of your awakening and rebirth. So those two are like upright. The deconstruction bit is like in reverse, right? And so I feel like you're almost in the cusp of, you're the cusp of like winter, spring season. The winter being like letting go, deconstructing. For some, I'm hearing the word uncoupling for someone. So, that may be you. But you're in a process of awakening and rebirth, and your rebirth is going to look so good. And it is going to align with you so much more in this version of yourself than this old one. I'm almost seeing like these two cards being your current frequency. You see how they're the same like color, because obviously they're part of the same deck. It's almost like this energy here, this 10 of Cups in reverse, I'm almost seeing it as very like sepia tones. Like it's almost like, it's kind of like you're looking at it and it's outdated. I don't know how else to say that. It's like an outdated energy. Like it's almost as if like, you're using like an old iPhone and you're like, no, but I'm upgraded. I'm here on the new hotness, right? And this isn't even matching my energy anymore. Like, right? Like, I don't know, whatever this like belongs to, this old vision of your happy ending, whoever it was, if that was again, a partner, a family situation, a workplace, whatever it is, it's almost like they're on an old outdated version of that phone and you're on like the new one you just bought. Okay. And you're like, these things don't even work. Like maybe this old phone here isn't, like it can't even use the same operating system, or it can't make phone calls correct. It's like there's like static. You can't. There's not a clear like frequency for you all to like kind of connect on. Okay, I'm almost seeing this as like frequencies now. Of like you're seeing the waves and all the waves here. It's like frequency, and like you're not on the same frequency. So I think that's part of the message here, and what Spirit wants me to communicate to you is like, you've done nothing wrong. You have done nothing wrong. In fact, what has happened is you have outgrown something that wasn't a fit for you, wasn't in alignment with you anymore, and you are growing as a person and into a better future that is more aligned with who you actually are now. Like this was never going to be able to keep up with you, whatever this situation is, okay? And that's just like, it happens in life. Like, there are certain people, places, and situations that just can't come with us. I get the sense with the kind of like retract the key, return the key, whatever that means, and you pulling back your energy. I think Spirit is saying like, what do you want to say here, Spirit? Yeah, King of Wands. Like King of Wands. Like, didn't I say that earlier? I've said I'm getting King of Wands energy. Like, yeah, it's like, that's who you are. You're King of Wands, you know? And I think Spirit's like, just do what feels right for you right now, and keep moving through this. Keep the energy high on moving through this, even though that's hard. It's hard, right? Like, that's, of course, because I'm sensing how much emotion is here, and like how much this hurts, quite frankly. But I'm also sensing Spirit saying like, keep moving through this. It will be okay. Okay, it will be okay. You are King of Wands. You will always be okay because you are, right? And yeah, and I don't know if like, again, you're a fire sign. You could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like, or have placements. You don't have to, but anyway, it's giving like this very like, okay, I've got my stuff together. I'm gonna have my stuff together, and I'm going to be confident about this direction. And Spirit really wants you to have that energy moving through this, like to be confident about what direction you're headed in, because I feel like Spirit's saying this is the right one. Spirit, do you have more to say about that? Okay, give me 1 second. There's more that wants to come through here. Wow, this is big energy to be moving through. I knew it. Okay. So we got the Lovers. So for this may be a partner situation. You know, this may be a romantic situation for you. It came out in reverse because it's just like, again, I feel like this is an uncoupling process. I just have to say it because that's the energy that's been coming through. You're uncoupling from someone. Now, the Lovers doesn't have to be romantic. Like, this could be you uncoupling from anything, right? It could be, like I said, a workplace situation, a boss. It could be, you know, a friend. It could be anything, but so take it as it resonates. But there is definitely someone here that this is an uncoupling, like, of a romantic situation here. Yeah, and this is coming through as like Gemini energy because this is a Gemini card, but it's almost like I'm sensing the twos again, right? Here we go. So here's the 2 keys. It's almost like you gave 1 key to one of these people, or again, this is a metaphor, so apply it to whatever, you know, people, place, or thing. Right? But you gave your key, which is kind of like the key to your heart, to something here. And, you know, I think there's an energy here of you taking that back now. You're taking that back. Okay. Yeah, and quickly, we have the 8 of Wands. That's what I was saying. I was like, this is like Chariot energy. It's very like 8 of Wands energy. This is a card of like a quick movement. It's quick communication, quick movement. So I feel like you set this deadline, or this deadline was set. I don't know if it's a government or workplace entity, but it was set, and it's like you are moving through this. Again, we have another 8, 8, 8, 8s, 8s. Like, you are just knocking this out, whether it looks like tasks you have to do, communications and emails and documents you need to send. Like, I'm sensing you doing all of this. Like, you're doing it. Again, there's not a lot of room for emotion right now. I am not sensing you having a ton of room for that, but I am seeing how hard you're working on this. So, Spirit, do you have any other? I'm just going to put this up here because it's just how quickly this is coming in. That's the energy. Yeah, and they showed me the Death card. That's it. Like, this is an ending. Something is being deconstructed, and here, I'm going to actually put these on both sides here. Okay. Yep. Okay, yeah, something's coming to an end. Okay, so Spirit, do you have any last advice I think they, again, the messages I gave, there's something in here already that Spirit wanted you to have. So hopefully you've gotten like most of that. Okay, they want me to switch the deck. Hold on. I gotta use a different deck. Okay. You have any other advice for the collective here on this situation? This is a difficult process. So do you have any other advice, anything else you need to communicate that was urgent? Okay, King of Cups again. Okay, so we got to look at this. Spirit, what do you want me to see here? Yeah, it's King of Cups in reverse. It's this very like, I don't have time for emotion. Is there something you need to say about that? Yeah, they gave me the Strength card. And they gave me the Two of Cups. So it's yeah, I think they're sending a lot of love. I think here's the message. I think there's like, you know, the Strength comes out because it's saying you're going through a difficult time right now. Again, another rainbow here, but you're going through a difficult time right now, and this is, you know, confirmation that you have the strength that's needed to make it through this difficult time. Like I'm seeing these two cards go hand in hand here because they're very, very similar. It's like you have the strength to get through all of the things that you need to, right? Even these are similar. I mean, all of this is really, really similar here. I think there's another message here of like all of the bumps that you're feeling now, like it will smooth out. Like this energy will smooth out, okay? I know it's not there quite yet, but it will. I think Spirit is also saying with the King of Cups, I know you don't feel like there's a lot of like support right now for you, but I think Spirit wants you to know there actually is support available. Whether it looks like, you know, other friends or family members who can help you, who are, you know, maybe you just reach out to for any emotional support that you need at this moment, whether it looks like other healers that may be supporting you. I think there is some sort of call to like make sure you're not doing this like alone. So I don't know why that was coming through really specifically. The other bit is, oh yeah, and sorry, you may have heard my timer going off. I didn't even realize that. I was so heads down in this reading. I was literally so heads down in this reading. Like, okay, right? Like again, that's the energy. It's just heads down. And so I think Spirit's like, don't fully disconnect right now. I don't think Spirit wants you to fully disconnect from your body and your like emotions. Like I think Spirit wants you to have some like connection to that. But I think what's even bigger that's coming through, and let me just see, yeah, they're showing me the Two of Cups again. I'm seeing like you are supported. I think, let me just like say this because it's what the energy is coming through the strongest. Like my face is literally flushing with how much energy is coming through around this. But Spirit is saying like you are not alone in this. Like Spirit is right here with you. Right here. Spirit is here everywhere you see these rainbows. Spirit is here in that rainbow with you. Like all of this. Like Spirit is here with you as you're going through this and is absolutely like extra present for you right now, even if you don't feel like it. Like it's enough so that like I had to hop on and do this reading. They were like, Chan, I'm taking over, you know, collective needs to hear this right now. So okay. Good. Yeah, Spirit is very here for you, is very present, and I think there's going to be a lot of strength that you have, and that's going to be needed through this process that you're showing and demonstrating. And please just keep in mind, it doesn't feel like it right now. It won't. It's not meant to, okay? But this Ten of Cups is assured for you on the other side of this. It is there. It is there, okay? It is there. So keep going. You've got this. you're in an awakening, you're in a rebirth cycle, you're in a deconstruction process. And remember, after you deconstruct, as the phoenix does, right, as after it burns, it rises, okay? Okay, but you're in the kind of final deconstruction, you're in that deconstruction process. And that does mean things are, like, there's a lot of, I'm sensing like Leo's fire here with the strength card, and the tulips here, as well as the sun. Like, there's definitely like a metaphorical burning process happening right now, okay? So whatever that means, retract the key, but that's the message from Spirit. Okay, well, that is all that I have for you today. I'm so grateful I got to meet you at this point on your journey. I hope this was helpful for you, and just know there's so much love coming from Spirit, and they are absolutely with you and guiding you through this process. I'm sending all of my love through this for this process as well. And you know, if I can support you in any way, feel free to check out my website. I'm happy to support. I still have some healing openings available if you need someone to listen, and you know, I'm definitely here and ready to do that. But anyway, I wish you so well on this journey, and I'll see you at the next reading. Okay, bye.